Do you love made-for-TV movies? We sure do. We always have. In 30 years of friendship, we've laughed, cried, diagnosed, and obsessed over every made-for-TV movie we could get our eyes on.
Did you know that most made-for-TV movies are about amazing people who have risked their lives to change the world?
We'll be taking you through the last 60 years of some of the most powerful stories. We'll see what's changed and what's exactly the same.
We also love a nice synthesizer and a sweet satin blouse. And we think you will too.
I'm Steph.
I'm Liz.
And this is
No One Would Tell, Except Us podcast.
Welcome to another episode of No One Would Tell Except Us. I'm Steph.
I'm Liz.
Today we are covering a pretty recent movie that was a straight up pulled from the headlines Lifetime movie. It's called Abducted by My Teacher, the Elizabeth Thomas story from 2023. Many, many, many thoughts. Liz, do you want to start with your synopsis to get everybody on the same page? Oh, and definitely a disclaimer, like a trauma warning for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, first of all, I have to say, I really like this film. Okay. You might have hated it, but I actually thought for a recent made for TV movie, it was pretty decent. And I like the fact that Elizabeth Smart, is that her name?
Yes.
She produced it or helped with it. So I felt like right away, it was like, if anyone's going to know about grooming, it'll be her, obviously. So,
Yes.
And I read her story and watched of the actual Elizabeth Thomas, and it was pretty close. Like everything was pretty close. So I really respect that, because a lot of times like you end up reading the story and you're like, why'd they even change that? Like it was good.
Right.
But this is the story of Elizabeth Thomas. She is 15 years old. It is 2017, and she is homeschooled all of her life up until this point. I'm assuming she's either a freshman or a sophomore in high school. She starts attending a public school for the first time. In the movie, they made it seem like she lived with her dad, which I think she did, and her other siblings, except her older brother. Her older brother was on his own at this point, but she kind of was taking care of the household. Her mom was not in the picture. She would like cook their dinners, even though she wasn't the oldest. Her oldest sister was like, at least in this movie, like the worst. Like, I don't know if she had like a disability. Like, I don't know. We could get into that. But anyways, she was terrible. So like Elizabeth kind of took it over herself to take care of her family, her younger sister. And she just felt really, really out of place, especially starting public school for the first time. And she didn't know who to hang out with. As we all know, in high school, it's very hard to know where you fit in, and to be like that school, especially, it was like, they could not understand what homeschooling was. Like, it was like, and I'm pretty sure half that state is homeschooled, but because I think this is in Alabama. But they're just like, whoa. So a teacher named Mr. Cummings, who everyone calls Tad, like Tadpole. He's the health teacher, and he's like, you know what? He kind of takes her under his wing, and he's like, I remember, not being popular in school, like, and being shy. Like, why don't you come eat in my classroom? There's a great group of kids. You can come in here. So she starts to do that. She's starting to feel like maybe this is a good thing. And he invites her to go to church with his family. She goes on the weekend. She's starting to just feel very like he listens to her, and they start meeting more kind of like privately in the classroom. And then he like gives her a Bible. And then one day he kind of is talking to her, and he just turns to her, and he's just like, he starts making smaller comments about her appearance, how beautiful she is. And then one day he finally says like, I bet you're gorgeous naked. And she, of course, is just like, what? Like, what is happening here? And through that, they don't really show like when thank goodness, all this physical stuff starts happening. We see one small kiss, like the first kiss, like he kisses her in the classroom, but then like they start, having like sexual relations, like in a cot that he like reserved in the classroom's closet. And finally a student sees them kissing one time and reports it, and then a detective gets involved. He's removed from the school, and she's like distraught, because even though she knows it's wrong, she's like, I trust him and he listens to me. She goes to his car and he's just like, listen, you gotta like, we got to be together and that's that. And she's like, no, I can't leave my family. I can't do that. And he's like, if you don't come with me, I'm going to either kill myself or I'm going to kill your family. So she is just kind of like, okay, now I'm threatened. I'm just going to go. So after her shift at work, she goes, they're on the road for 38 days until finally someone, you know, from the news notices him, reports it, and the FBI stands in and arrests him, and they go to trial. And that's basically the gist of the movie in its entirety.
Thank you. That was great. That was very clear. I do have a confession to make, and I feel very safe with you, very safe with the pod. You're not going to believe this. I saw this movie before, maybe less than a year ago. I did not know that was DJ from Roseanne. And I honestly, like, I'm so mortified, and like, yeah. I'm definitely not handing in my like Roseanne show fan club card, because you'll have to pry that from my cold dead hand. But I was really unhappy for myself. It felt like a personal loss. I was just unhappy with myself. I can't believe I missed it. So for me, you know, watching this again just started off very rocky, because I was like, I cannot believe.
Like I cannot forgive myself.
I cannot forgive myself.
Okay. The man that plays Tad Cummings is Michael Fisher, which is everyone knows is DJ from Roseanne. Like one of the best characters possibly in television history, in my opinion. DJ and Darlene made the show. I mean, everyone on there made the show because we like love that show. Like Jackie's awesome.
We cherish it.
Yes, but he was so good, and he was so tiny when he started. And I was like, is he older than us? Because he sure looks it. I'm not trying to be mean here. Maybe that was makeup, but I think it's just like he doesn't look like DJ from the show at all. And not that you're not allowed to grow up. You totally are. But like he's very... he must live a very, I was going to say, he must laugh a lot or cry a lot or does like Shakespearean tragedies a lot, because there's a lot of creases and
a lot of lifelines. A lot of lifelines.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, good. No. Live, laugh, love. Like, you're happy and you're living your life. But like, you're just like, oh, I don't think you're that much older than me. And like, can we get you some SPF? I don't know. Like, it was just like.
Yeah, I mean, Tad was 50, right? So they probably did add some makeup.
I'm gonna say yes.
But like, yeah, I mean, I have notes, but I was just so mortified. I really pride myself on never forgetting a face, and that was an important face that I forgot. So
yeah,
I'm gonna try to let it go, but it was very, very upsetting.
I'm sorry. I called him Michael Fisher. It's Michael Fishman. So that's my bad.
That's okay. Michael Fishman. I will never forget you.
No, I have to look up his age because I'm going to be 42. Shut the front door. He's 43.
Dang.
So in this film, when they were filming, which must have been like 2022 or 2021.
Yeah.
He was just in his 40s. Dang. I don't know. That's got to be makeup. It's got to be.
I think it's like the extreme salt and pepper hair too, which I don't know if that's real or not. But like, it's extreme.
Oh, it's
like,
real. I'm looking at Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, this is like very, very, very salt and pepper. Like this is like jet black and then like white. So
yeah.
So, I mean, I have to forgive myself, but that was jarring. And so, okay. So yes, as mentioned, you said, you know, Elizabeth Smart did the intro, which I thought was very thoughtful. That was like a nice, you know, considerate disclaimer.
Yes.
And so the movie opens, and I thought it was very well made. I thought, like, you know, they used a lot of natural light. That all looked good. And Beth is like frantically packing a bag in the very beginning.
That's Elizabeth. Yeah, she calls herself Beth. Elizabeth Thomas.
And I mean, she looks so young. Like, she looks younger than 15 to me.
Yeah, she had a baby face for sure. And
Yeah.
the girl that this happened to in real life, Elizabeth Thomas, she's a very baby face as well. So it was good
Yes.
casting.
Yes, I agree. So then it's like she tells a kid who's basically her age, like, I love you, kiddo, which is like funny because they are like the same age. Then she tells her older sister, who, again, I mean, you did mention this, but she definitely is like not a good sister or
No.
human in this film at all. I don't know if I've seen I mean, I've seen siblings be mean, obviously, in movies. I don't know if I've seen a sibling be so apathetic. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if I've ever seen that before. Like, just does not care at all.
Yeah. Does not
Yeah.
care at all. She's just like obsessed with her phone and like giggling and ordering pizza. Like at first I was like, is she drunk all the time? Like I don't know what is going on with her, but she just could care less about her younger sister, Beth. Her name is Dawn, like at all. Like she's just like, oh, I don't even know you were here. And so,
Right.
yeah. So Beth is just like, if I don't come home, like if I'm not here after 9 o'clock, call the police. And that's kind of how they open it. And her sister's just like didn't even acknowledge that. Like I know I'd ignore like my brother like a lot, but if he was like, hey, if I'm not home by 9, like you need to call the police, I'd be like, are you in trouble? Like at least be
Right.
like, fine, get out of here. I hope you don't come back. Which she does remember.
At
Like
the very
she does,
least, you would pay attention
go to
because
police
your
or
mom
whatever.
would be
But,
mad at
yeah.
you if you didn't pay attention. Yeah, like,
I don't
you
know.
know.
It's just bizarre.
So she, yes, has been homeschooled her entire, educational career, and her dad has custody of her and her siblings. And he is not around because it's, expensive to have a family, and he has no help. And so he's working constantly. And overall, there's just not a lot of support at home at all. So the social worker that she speaks with is basically like, yeah, you're going to be a weirdo here. Like,
I know, I wrote that too. She's like, I'm going to try to figure out how you're going to fit in. And I was like, who says it like that?
right. Like, you get a new kid, they've been homeschooled, there's like a social worker case like already. And you're like, you're going to be a weirdo here. I mean, it's just not very supportive or welcoming.
No. Yeah, that was weird.
So then it's like the classic lunchroom scene. But this lunchroom was that a buffet or was it just a salad bar? Like there was like straight up a buffet in the middle. So that was intriguing. It was weird. There's like, she has nowhere to sit. Nobody's like nice, obviously. So then it's like the first day of school's over. She comes home. There's nobody there to be like, how was it? There's just a horrible, horrible couch and carpet in that house. Like it is dismal. It is so depressing. And she basically has to cook because nobody else is going to do it. And, there's no power in the house. She doesn't have anybody to help her. Yeah. She basically almost cuts her finger off. And
she's kind of amazing though, because she like the power like it turns off and then she like goes down in the basement to like hit the breakers. And I was like, girl, I don't even know how to do that. Like I tried hitting breakers before and like I turned off other stuff. And I was like, no.
Yeah, it's trial and error. I feel like I know how to do it, but I'm like, 3 times her age, and it's not something for a kid to be messing around with.
No, she's got like her hand in the breaker box. She's like calling her older brother. She's like, what do I do? And he's like, I don't know. I got to go to work. And she's just like, okay. So then she's like making like, she's cutting vegetables and like almost cuts her hand off because there's no electricity. And again, I'm like, you better hope you have a gas stove because you ain't eating nothing about that.
Yeah, it was upsetting. And so then we go back to school and we meet Mr. Cummings and
DJ.
DJ, oh my gosh, DJ. And I seriously was like, that is very realistic in terms of like ill-fitting khakis and hoodies in terms of like a teacher that teaches that age of children. Because they're trying to be cool.
Yes.
They're trying to be cool and approachable, you know?
Yes, they nailed it. Like when I saw the picture of the real Tad Cummings, I was like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I see it. Like it's just like it's a type and you just know it when you see it and you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah, you definitely know it when you see it. And again, extreme salt and pepper hair, facial hair. I mean, like a sim. Like he definitely was really, really like his age was maxed out for sure by this hair and makeup team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's teaching them health class, and it's like the classic condom on a banana, which we were never taught in health.
No, I don't even think if they showed us, I don't remember it. They never showed us how to put on a condom. I just remember learning about like body parts, how babies were made, and like STDs. Like I feel like they spoke more about STDs than anything else. And they were like, wear a condom, and if you need one, we have them. And that was like it.
Yeah, like, but they did split up the boys and girls sometimes. So maybe they showed the boys, but I don't know. I feel like they use that in a lot of movies and shows, and it doesn't actually happen.
I don't think that. I was like, I really don't think teachers do that. Like, I feel like I'm like, write us in if you're health class.
They're like, let's make sure that we teach the kids in the movie how to do it, but not the kids in the country how to do it.
Yeah, I see that. You're right, though. I see that in so many films and movies, and I'm like, that literally never happened. And I feel like if Elise had seen it, she would have been like, Mom, oh my gosh. You know?
Right.
And that's never come up, like, ever. And she took health last year in high school. So I don't know.
That is a good poll. Like, let us know if your teacher showed you how to put on a condom using a banana. Okay, so then he like meets her officially, and he's like, it can be really hard at first. And it's like, yeah, it's hard at first because everyone in the school is like really mean. Like they
are really mean. And they like ostracize her for being homeschooled. Like it was like they couldn't understand, like, you were at home all day. It's like, yes, that's in the title, homeschooled. I was at home learning. Like, how is this hard to comprehend?
So he's like, even the teachers have a cool table, which is like, what? I've never seen that ever. And then he's like, I'm going to find you someone to eat with, which is like, I mean, if someone's being ridiculed and like made fun of, and then the teacher is finding them someone to eat with, isn't that kind of worse?
Yeah, I would be like, just go to the library or something. Like if you don't want to like be around people, like I don't know. I feel like every school, there's other places besides the cafeteria. I mean, I guess it depends on how big your school is, but like, I feel like there's always like alternative spots that are a little bit more quiet and like a little bit more like, if you don't really like to socialize or you just feel like you don't know where to fit in, you can like go eat there.
Yeah, well, that's what I did like throughout high school. I don't think I ever sat in the cafeteria, actually.
Oh my gosh, our cafeteria was a war zone. I saw one time a girl throw a metal chair at another girl, and I was like, no, I only have 30 minutes to eat my Quaker oatmeal bar in this Fruitopia. Like, I don't have time for this at all. Like, no way.
No, it was like, I think we sat under those stairs by the gym.
Yeah, it was great. There was a good cross breeze. It was super hot in the caf all the time because like everyone is there breathing and eating and getting more and more like hyped on each other. And I was like, I don't want this in my life.
No. Yeah, I mean, even thinking about it, like with like my daughter's school, who's 7, whenever I go there to compost and help at lunchtime, I'm like, this is a bad idea. Like packing all of those kids into like a small space and expecting them to not act like wild animals is really weird to me. So
agreed.
Anyway, ditch the calf. Ditch the calf when you can. So he introduces her to this like group of kids, and I forget what Rachel says, but like she says something unkind, and there's a boy. I mean, I thought it was funny because he's like, Rachel, don't be rude. And I'm like, where were you 2 days ago? Like everyone's been super rude, even the social worker. Like, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
So she misses the bus, and Tad happens to be leaving at the same time. And he's like, here, like, come in my weird green car,
His
like, I'll
Corolla.
drive you home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his rusty bent up Corolla. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a rusty old car too. Like, that's cool, but like it just automatically, like as a woman, I'd be like, no. Like that is bad
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah, like I feel like it's one of those cars where it's just like the dashboard is just way too dusty. Like I just can't do it. And I don't have a pristine car by any means.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
never
me either.
have, but it looked very gross.
It was, yeah, and you can tell she's apprehensive because she says over and over, she's like, no, I can walk, I can walk. And he's like, no, come on. So I think she knew from the start it was a little inappropriate. And I think any teacher, the appropriate thing would have been like to call somebody or like talk to the principal and be like, hey, she missed her bus. But then
Right.
again, they're super unsupportive. So maybe that was the best way. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not like, oh, but I just think it's odd your first day that a teacher drives you home. That should raise flags, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if they did call her house, like nobody would answer. But like
That's true.
I do think him driving her is yeah, it's inappropriate for
Or
sure.
have another student in the car, like have
Right.
another teacher in the car or something, just like a witness. Cause I just feel like now, like, there's just too many weird things that people could claim or do. And it's just bad. I wouldn't do it.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I mean, to protect the teacher too. Like,
Yeah. 'Cause
know.
people can, yeah, exactly.
So he's like, oh, you don't know how to use a knife? Poor kid. And it's like, I think that's the least of this, right? Like,
Yeah. Cause he notices the cut and he's like, oh, what's that? She's like, oh, I almost cut myself cutting vegetables. And he's like, oh, you don't know how to do that? By the way, I'm a grandpa. He mentions that. He's like, I'm a father and a grandpa. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
yeah. Well, I was like, he's 50. He's a grandpa. Are we in teen dad territory? I guess not. But that is where my mind goes. But he's basically very concerned right away. And everybody has to remember that, I mean, it's like nobody's concerned about her ever day to day. So even if it's inappropriate, it's still something that she never has. So then back at school, her new friends are like, come eat with us in Tad's room. And, he's like, here, eat my lunch because she doesn't have anything decent really to eat.
Well, she's like gluten free because she mentions that like 5 times.
Yep.
And like nobody cares that she has celiac, whatever it's called, disease. Like nobody's going to feed her. So she's like, oh shoot, my dad forgot that like I can't have gluten. And so Tad had like a salad or something. And he's like, change with me. And she's like, no, I can't do that. And he's like, no, my wife wants me to like lose weight. And honestly, like I miss having bread. So he says it's like we're in a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
I benefit from you and you benefit from me. And she's like,
Right.
okay. And I'm like, first of all, I don't think any teenager would be like, a salad? Great. But
Yeah.
maybe she's like super hungry. Like, again, wouldn't it just be more appropriate to just give her a few dollars or go to just be like, put it like, don't most schools allow you just to like put things on a tab on your card? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just our school system. Like Elise can always go up and pick out anything she wants and they'll just bill me for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think in high school, that's usually how that goes. And I think that, again, when someone's being groomed, I think there's subtleties involved. And that is something that's cumulative. And that's why it's so hard to see.
Yeah.
And we don't even know. I mean, he could have come across her file before she even got there and saw that like she was homeschooled.
Yeah.
And, there were social workers involved before and that she, definitely was somebody that would be a good target for him.
Yeah.
So she looks him up online and she really likes all of his adventures because it's like he was in special forces.
Yeah, he was like a trained respiratory therapist and like in special armed forces and like he seems like he knows like how to kind of wilderness live off the land kind of thing. Like he's outdoorsy, and like I think he was like super into his church. Like he was a community person. Like he does a lot of things, and a lot of people in that community like knew him, liked his family.
Yeah.
He was a very
Yeah.
well liked teacher. Like people seem to, have good things to say about him.
He was the cat's pajamas.
And so yeah, so then he like goes home to his wife and tells her like what happened, and she's
Well,
like,
I'm
oh,
sorry. I think we missed something. Sorry.
oh, okay. Oh no. What did I
Okay.
miss?
Well, so she talks to her dad, and of course he's wearing a mechanic outfit, right? Because it's like that's what we're doing. And the dad is like, there will never be a boy here. And
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
thought
you're
that was super important because to me, that says that the dad was very much like, I'm not going to nurture you. I'm not going to really support you. I'm not going to learn who you are as a person, but I will have authority in my home.
Yes, agree. That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
And that makes, I think, a child be like, oh, I can't tell anybody what's actually going on. Like, I can't trust
Yeah.
my parent to tell them what's happening because all they care about is me not breaking rules. And
Yeah.
yeah,
That's true.
So
Yeah, because
anyway.
like one of her siblings or something said like, oh, she got dropped off by like a guy, or I don't know, like, and he was just like, there's no guys. Like I told you that, like you're too young, and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, that's true. That's very
Right.
true. He doesn't really even listen to like why she got a ride home or anything like that.
Well, and in a way too, I thought this was kind of like Cinderella. Like she is taking care of a house and cooking and cleaning and just like desperately wants to be rescued. And
Yeah.
it's, like if you're that age and there's literally nobody in your home that you can go to, I mean, I think it would be impossible to not be open to like people elsewhere.
Oh yeah, she says in the movie, like Beth says in the movie, like many times, like he listened to me. Like she was very lonely and
Yeah.
very much like yearning for parental guidance and like love and things like that. Like so,
Yeah.
he became like kind of like a weird, like in a way, I think father is esque figure or parent figure to her, and that was very appealing to her because it filled a void, that she
Right.
had. But okay, so then after that, he goes home. Mr. Tad goes home to his wife, who, okay, his wife, I'm not going to say like her, like the real wife, but the person the actress, like I was like, is she reading a cue card? She was so slow in her delivery. It was almost like, it was very unnatural. Like she'd be like, oh, hi, honey. Like I was like, could you like pick it up a little? Like, do you have a cold? Are you drinking too much Robitussin? Like what is going on? And then
I was
she
like,
just- yeah.
a porcelain doll that's come to life.
Yes, she was so robotic, like had no like emotion. And I mean, granted, she wasn't in the film very often, but it was like, this is who you casted? Like, what? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying she's not a good actress, but like whatever she was given, that was bad advice because it was not good. And she looked, in my opinion, way older than him. Maybe because I only can see him as DJ. Maybe she's 43 in real life. I don't know. But it was just like, I felt like it was like son and mom. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I didn't like it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I felt like Beth looked way too young and his wife looked way too old.
Yes. Like, it was just not right. Like,
No.
it just didn't fit right. But he's just like, okay, I brought home a student today. Like, I really feel bad for her. Like, she doesn't really have like a family, and like, I just, he's like, I really want to invite her to like church. Like, would that be okay? And the wife at first kind of seems like, I mean, I guess so. Like, she's like, you know what I think it is? I just think you miss being a dad, because like they're empty nesters, and I'm
Right.
like, we wish that were the case, lady.
You have no
You
idea.
have no idea what he's thinking. So he the next day, like at school or whatever, like it's like, you should come to church with us. Like me and my wife want to take you. And he's like, but you know, you need to wear something nice because like this church is a little bit more like conservative and like you can't just wear like jeans and a t-shirt. Okay. Like you
Right.
need to dress appropriately. And so
Right.
you see her like, she's like, okay. She seems excited to go, you know, and
Yeah.
she wears like a cute little skirt and whatever. It's very appropriate. And which I have to say that because later in the movie, people in the village or town, wherever they're in, they're like, you dress like a hussy to church. And I'm like, no, she did not. But
No.
she's, yeah.
No.
He just honks the horn too. He's like, burp, burp. She's like, oh, Tad's here. What is that?
Yeah, that, I mean, and it's so sad too, because it's like she's never been to church. I mean, could you imagine, like, you're a kid and you really want to go to church and you can't, like, nobody's ever taken you,
No, that's sad. That's really
you know?
sad. Yeah.
And then there's like so many kids that are like, I don't want to go, you know, like, go every week. It's like so sad.
Yes. Needless to say, I think Elizabeth, like in real life, like, because I watched her in an interview, she probably is one of like the most sweetest people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just get that vibe from her. She's just super, super sweet. And it's just like so sad that no one like nurtured that because just with a few years of therapy, which we'll get into, she becomes like an amazing speaker and super strong. Like, there's a lot to this girl. But, anyways.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean,
yeah.
so then they give her a Bible as a gift.
Yes.
Which, you know, again, she's never like seen before. And then like she comes home and it's like her sister was bullied because, you know,
She's homeschooled.
homeschooled. Everyone thinks they're like white trash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
And,
right.
you know, people are making fun of her because, like, you know, she had a mom that was negligent. And I was thinking, I mean, again, it's like obviously kids make fun of kids, but I don't know. I was kind of like, why are kids mean to kids who need help? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like,
Yeah.
why,
don't
if you
know.
see someone that needs help, like, why are some kids just like mean to them?
I think it's just like people prey on vulnerability. I think
Yeah.
there's like two sides. Like one side sees it and they want to help.
Yeah.
And then another side sees it and they're like, oh, good. That's like an easy target. And I think
Yeah.
that people get high off of that. Like, just like he saw a student that was like vulnerable and he was like, okay, this one I can groom. Because I was telling my mom about the story, which, by the way, Kendra's listened to at least 3 or 4 episodes. And
Stop
she
it.
told me, stop saying I don't listen because I listen now. And she didn't throw
Aw.
away my DJ Tanner poster, but I know she did.
That's amazing. Thank you, Kendra. We love you
know.
so much.
We love you so much. But yeah, you better find that poster, Mom, because now I'm expecting it. I told her I'd wear it on the podcast and blur my face and post it if she
Oh my
finds
gosh.
it. I know.
Yeah. Love it.
But yeah, I was telling her, I'm like, it's just so odd to me that this guy, like, obviously everybody has secrets, right? Because it's just like, what makes someone wake up one morning and just be like, you know what? I'm going to groom this 15-year-old girl and have sex with her. Like, it's
Yeah.
just kind of like nobody, I feel like, thinks that way. Like, it has to start somewhere small. So that's why I just think like people see vulnerability and they just prey on it. And I think that's why kids do that, because they feel cool. I really do. It's like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm superior than you. And they're not going to fight
Yeah.
back because the kid's too scared.
Right. No, that's probably it. I mean,
Yeah.
so that was kind of sad. I mean,
It was very
among
sad.
everything else. So of course she goes to Tad for support and, you know, he ends up being like, I forgot you're 15. Yikes.
He's like, you're so mature and incredible. I wish you saw yourself the way that I see you. Like, just weird stuff.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I looked at the little clock and basically, yes, I mean, we're 20 minutes in when he says she would look really good naked.
Yeah.
That's 20 minutes in. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
that was explosive.
It was. Yeah. And the way he says it, he kind of is just like naming things. And she's like, I bet you look good naked. It's like, wait, what? Like,
Right. Like, back up. Huh?
yeah. And she kind of looks like that. Like, did he just say what I thought he just said?
Right.
Or did I overhear something wrong? I don't know.
So then her friend, who's not her friend, Rachel, is just
Yeah.
like, Tad's normal and just feels bad for you. Like, your family's jacked up and you have no friends. And
Yeah,
it's like,
because she asked her, she's like, has Tad ever said anything like, you know, I don't know, does he talk to you a lot? Like, does he tell you nice things about you? And she's like, he just feels bad for you. Okay.
right.
And she's just like, oh, I wrote, I'm like, why is everyone so freaking mean to her?
I know. It's like really affecting her, obviously. It's like all the students really idolize him because he was in special forces. Like, I just think
Yeah.
that that's,
He's like, I
yeah.
killed people in the CIA. I'm like, you were not in the CIA. Let's get that straight. Okay. Like, you were making homemade cars for the Boy Scout Derby at best, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Think what you
Yeah.
like.
Or like pipe bombs. I mean, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know what's truth about this guy. Like, I don't know how you can be an upstanding citizen for 50 years of your life and then one day crack. Like,
Right.
he had to have there had to have been other things that he was doing
Yeah.
that people were unaware of, because I just don't think you turn like that and become a predator. Like, I just don't.
Well, yeah, there's always an origin. There's always flags, and they don't really go into his wife's character, but like,
No.
who knows? It's
Yeah.
like a lot of people ignore things like that. They don't want to like, uproot their lives and everything else. But yeah, you're right. Like, this did not happen overnight. So
No. He's just talking to her and he's just like, no one ever tells you how special you are, which again, predatory. He's playing into all the things he knows she wants to hear. You're special, you matter, you're beautiful, you're, mature, you're smart. Like, and then he says the words, I see you, which is all she wants. She just wants someone to see her and to be like, you matter. And he's giving her that. And then he kisses her on the lips. Like,
yeah,
that was awkward. And
Yeah.
your stomach falls to the floor because you're like, could you imagine being 15 and some weirdo like does that to you? Like, the only thing I could think of is when I was like in college, I like went to this like on campus like therapist. And then like when it was like our like he was like, I don't know. Anyways, at the end of it, he was like coming on to me on our last like day together. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, this is bizarre. And I was
Yeah.
19. Like, I had more wherewithal. So it's just like, she's so young. And I could see like her, like I just kind of like laughed it off and left. And then later, I remember I told John about it, my husband, when we were friends. And he's like, dude, that's so freaking messed up.
Yeah.
And I
No,
was like, oh, you're right.
it's true. Like, it's like, I mean, when I was younger, I was involved with, somebody older. It wasn't like a Me Too situation or anything like that. But whenever there's like an imbalance of power, you don't really know what to do. Like, and an imbalance of power could be anything. Like, it could be age, it could be like job position, it could
Right.
be somebody you're going to for support. Like in your case, if it's a
Yeah.
therapist,
Right.
anything like that. It's like, if they, make a physical move and you don't know how to say, no, that just means it's because you trusted that person and you
Right.
don't want to disappoint that person.
Exactly.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's like sexual assault or anything that serious, hopefully, but it does mean that like they're betraying your trust, because when you're frozen like that, it's just because you felt safe.
Right. You're just so taken aback. And then being
Right.
like a child, which she is,
Right.
it's just like, and her teacher, which again is that position, you trust them. Like, teachers can almost feel almost parental when you're at school.
Right.
You see them more than your own parents, like you look up to them, and she felt seen by him and heard by him. It was just very much, he knew exactly what he was doing. That's why it's like that grooming process. And I think that
Right.
that was the whole point of this movie, is to show how grooming works. Because a lot of people, I think to this day, which I don't understand, think that like she was asking for it or something.
Right.
You know, like, well, she must have been like coming in sexy outfits or being like coming on to him, or she wanted it, or like there was a physical attraction. It's like, no, that's not how grooming works. It's gaining trust and then breaking it and making the person feel like they have no other options.
Right. And then the person that it's happening to also is probably like, well, what could I lose or what could they do to
Right.
me if I don't comply?
Yeah.
You know, and so it's not as simple as like, again, assault or rape or anything like that. It's like an emotional, psychological bond
Yes.
that somebody takes advantage of.
Right.
So yeah, he kisses her with his like Brillo pad beard, which is like
Oh,
traumatizing in itself. And she is alarmed. And again, she has nobody to talk to about it.
no.
And, you know, she goes home. Her dad's like, I checked the fuse box because that's literally all I can do for any of you. I guess I have to go now. And then she's like, well, I was thinking, you know, I should like get a job. And he's
Right.
like, no, don't get a job. And then he's like, yeah, get a job. I mean, right? Like,
Yeah, like she's just like, we need, you know, you home more. Again, she's trying to tell him, like, Dad, I need you. Like, I need you home. Like, I want you
right,
here with us.
right. So then we see Tad giving her a necklace at lunchtime. Right.
Yeah, it's like a heart. It's like a gold heart, like, which is gross. And
Yeah.
because like nobody gives that. Like, that's such a high school gift too. Like, that's definitely like a first boyfriend, you know, situation. Like, it was so inappropriate. But he gives her a
Yeah.
heart necklace, and she's like, okay, so she wears it because
Right. Right.
Sure,
Because
you know.
she probably hasn't gotten any gifts before either. I mean, right. So,
yeah, she's having lunch again, and he's just like, she's talking about getting a part-time job because she's like looking at her phone. And the friend's like, oh, you looking up Tinder or something? I don't even know. It was like totally stupid. She's like, no, I'm trying to find a part-time job. And Tad, of course, is like, oh, I know somebody that can, you know, get you a part-time job. And she's
Right.
like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, no, I want to. Consider it done. And so she's like, oh, great. You know, like, this is wonderful. And then, yeah, that is when he's like, that's when he actually, after that, he gives her because he tells her to stay back from class. He gives her the
Right.
heart necklace. And then he's like, looky what I got here. He opens up that freaking rank, like, health closet. There's like a cot on there. He's like, oh, this is what we use for the CPR dummy. But like, I figured it could be like our spot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tad.
So gross.
And then, like, when he's like coming out of it, he's like buttoning up his shirt. Like, some time passes, and then he like
Yeah.
comes out of it, and he's like buttoning up his shirt. So you have to think like, okay, physical stuff happened. From what I read in her interviews with People Magazine, because that was like the longest one I could find, I don't think they ever had sex at school, but he like fondled her like all the time, and they would like
Yeah.
make out and stuff. So it was gross.
Yeah, so gross. Also, like, I don't know, is anybody ever checking like what people have in their classrooms? I guess not. Like, wouldn't somebody be like, why do you have a bed in here? Like,
I think because he was health class, it was like
Yeah.
so explainable, which again is like perfect opportunity for people like this. Like, they think of all those things. Like, well, no one's gonna
Right.
question this, and no one's gonna think that. And like, I can get away with like, you know, molesting children this way. It's just it's so weird. But
Yeah.
he's just like, you know, we can like. She's like, I want to, you know, to talk to you. Like, she just wants to talk to him. You know,
Right.
but he's just like, yeah, like, let's give each other like our phone numbers. And, you know, so people aren't like wondering if this is like, you know, inappropriate, even though it freaking is. And she knows it. He's like, oh, I'm going to put my number in, but I'm going to put myself as Frank, and you're going to be Crystal, and then we can call each other. And I just thought about it. I'm like, that's the name of two hot sauces, Frank's Red Hots and Crystal's. So there you go.
Yeah. This writer was just like pounding away over some takeout and was just stumped and then saw those two bottles and,
And he was
just
like,
made it happen.
bingo.
Bingo. I got it.
I got it.
So yeah, then her older brother comes over, even though he just wants his freedom. He does not want to deal with any of them. But there is gluten-free pizza. I mean, even that made me sad. Like, I'm like, this is just so depressing.
Excuse me. There is no gluten-free pizza. He says the toppings are gluten-free.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about the gluten-free issue just made me like really sad. I know there's alternatives now, but I'm like, this girl, can she have anything that's like enjoyable in this life? Like, it just made me really upset.
Also, like, okay, I know they used it to like show how she was ignored by her family, but like it was redundant. Like it was a lot. Like I was like, holy cow, like was a gluten issue in the family like a big thing? We come to find out she like pounds back bread and isn't gluten free.
Maybe this writer was like on a diet and was just like really projecting.
Knowledge that I can't have gluten. I don't.
Right.
Wow.
So yeah. So then, Tad's like, nobody cares what I do, which is true. And because she's like, I don't want to sneak around. And he's like, nobody cares what I do.
No, he's just like, sometimes God puts soulmates in different generations.
Well, I've heard the whole like soulmates in different generations thing. Here's the thing. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I was a lot more tolerant and patient with like, I mean, not this is like pedophilia, but like major like age gaps. Like I was more okay with it when I was younger. Now that I'm older,
She was obsessed with Robert De Niro.
I was.
When she was 16, she had a cake made with Robert De Niro's face on it, and we weren't allowed to eat the face.
That's right. Well, I didn't have it made, to be fair. So that just shows how my family knew me really well and cared about me. And it's true. But now that I'm older, I just have like less tolerance and like patience for it. Like, I really think when it's like two fully formed adults, I'm like, okay.
Correct. Yeah.
But like when it's just like, I don't know, 20 and like 60, 20, and I'm just like, ew.
Yep.
I'm just like, ew.
They say the brain is not fully developed. It's either 24 or 26 years old. I think it's 26 actually.
Yeah.
So anything to me where you're not like in like a few years, like if you're 26 and you're dating someone who's 50 or something like that, like, okay, fine. But like if you're 20, even 25 and it's like 50, it's just like, wait, can you wait till your brain is formed before you're like, yes. But I guess at that point, I don't know. I agree with you though. I'm not against older, younger relationships. I guess though, when it's more like, okay, they're 45 and 60, it's like, okay, well, I mean, you've lived life, you know what you want. If that's who you love, like, fine. But if you're like 25 and 50, I do question that because that is such a wide range of life that's been lived and experiences that it's just like, what is this?
I think that, again, if it's like, some people just have arrangements, right? Like some people just do. Like they just make arrangements, they have agreements, like whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's really none of our business.
True.
But I do think when there is that sort of like imbalance of power and a major age gap, it just like grosses me out. Like, I think, whatever. I think there's exceptions, but like I used to be a lot more like, it doesn't matter. And now I'm like, it does.
It does though. It does because like your way of doing life, your maturity from like 25 to 40 is so freaking vast and it's just so much that like the decisions I made at 25 I would never make at 40. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even remember what I did. Like honestly.
Well, I do because like I was married and pregnant, so like it was a crazy time. But like that's my point. It's just like you're just like it's just so different. So I just feel like at this age, if I were like unfortunately, looking for somebody, and they were like, I don't know, 55 or something like that, I don't think that would gross me out like it would if I was 25 and they were like 55. Do you know what I'm saying?
Or if they were 30.
Ooh, go back in time. I would never date a man younger than me. There is no way.
Really?
No, never. I
never say never. Cover your ears, Juan.
No, that would make me sick. I don't know. There's something about it where I'm just like, I can't do that. Well, I
Okay.
hope I never have to even think about that, but mark my words.
Me too. We hope it doesn't come to that, folks.
Oh my gosh. We
All
hope.
right. So, okay. So this is the scene then where they get caught in school. Well, they don't get caught because it's not said out loud at the time, but where
A student sees them
right.
kissing.
Right.
Because they're
Right.
right in front of the door with a window.
Yeah.
Go in the
Yeah.
closet, Tad. You messed
Yeah.
up.
That was like really weird. I wonder how that did go down. Like, was he that dumb?
Yes, because I read in the People magazine that that's pretty much exactly what happened. Like a student saw
Oh.
them kissing and was just like, what the F? And then like reported
Right.
it. Thank goodness that person reported it. Like kudos to them, whoever they are. Like you did the right thing. My gosh.
Yeah. They're like, this place is messed up, but this is even more messed up and should not be happening.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that was
like that takes a lot because like as a student, like I hope I'd report it, but there's a part of me that would be like, I don't want to know. You know, I don't want to get involved in this.
Right. Yeah. So then a sheriff comes to the school and talks to her about the allegation and talks to Tad. And he's like, I give her extra attention. She needs it, which is like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, super sad because she
Right.
does. And then they're like, why are you going to church? And, he's like, I need to be comfortable with my students. I have them call me by my first name.
Right.
Because
Sorry
I don't,
that
know,
I,
I don't
like-
have friends.
Yeah, I don't know.
never
It's
have.
like, sorry that I brought, a wayward child to church, like a place where she can get support. Like he just totally, came up with excuses for all of his behaviors and made it look like he was just trying to be helpful.
Right. So they're like, stay away from her,
Yeah. And she's also like not saying a word. She's like, no, we didn't do anything. Like she's
Right.
mute. Like she's just like, we didn't do anything. It wasn't inappropriate. Like
Right.
Kat's not like that. Because I think at that point she just really wanted the like supportive relationship. I don't think she ever was into like the physical. Like I don't think that
No.
did anything for Elizabeth. I think she was just like, I can't lose like this support system. Like I need this.
Right. So then her brother's like, WTF? Like, I didn't even go to school, but I know this is wrong. Like, I don't understand.
Yep.
So then they keep texting, which is like, again, I mean, that's pretty dumb. I mean, the cops could take his phone at any time.
Yes, exactly. Like,
Right?
And why didn't they look at his phone records? Like that was
Yeah.
in my head too. I mean, I know he didn't murder anybody, but it's like if you want to know a relationship is going on, the first thing I would do is check the messages. I would be like,
Yeah.
what is happening here?
Right. So then they start meeting outside of school, and he's like, this is all going to blow over, which is like, I hope not. And now everyone's being extra mean because, now she's poor and she's like hooking up with the teacher. So that's like extra bad, I guess. So then how come I wrote way to ruin? Oh, did he say? Oh,
She
no.
said
Oh, my
it.
God.
Rachel said it. 'Cause
Rachel is
yes.
the worst.
She's the worst. Yeah. She's like, no, we can't like sit with Tad anymore. Way to ruin it for the rest of us.
Right. I'm like, way to ruin what?
Yeah. So like now she doesn't have anybody to sit with. People are like making fun of her. They think she's like a freak that's like claiming these things about Tad that aren't true. Like she's trying to draw
Right.
attention to herself. And she's just like, oh my gosh. So she's feeling worse and worse. So she like runs out like and waits for him by his car.
Right.
And she's just like, I had to see you, because she's feeling terrible. And he's just like, you can't be here. And she's like, I know, but I just need to talk to you. And he's like, get in the car. And I'm like, Tad, holy moly. Like, are you kidding me right now? So she
He's also
does.
like, he's like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And don't they go to like a motel? Because wasn't it like a motel parking lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
So then it's like her older sister still doesn't care about her at all. And then it's like, again with Rachel, it's like Rachel hates the cafeteria and, Tad's her favorite teacher, so watch out. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
The one
like,
guy friend in the group is like, you better watch out because Rachel like hates eating here and she's gonna freaking kill you. It's like,
yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm like, I miss homeschooling for Beth. Like, I miss that.
yeah.
So she works at like a diner. I'm hoping she's saving money to leave that entire place. I mean, right? And
Who knows?
Tad picks her up and he's like, oh, I've planned this. It sounds awful. I planned this road trip to run away. He's like, your family hates you. Like, it's all good. We just need to get out of here. And at this point, I was like, can Roseanne Barr show up and like whoop his ass? Like, if Roseanne was here, none of this would be happening.
Could you imagine Dan? Like in that, oh my
No.
gosh. Like that episode when Fisher's beating up Jackie and like you just see him take the coat off the rack and he's like, and it's like, oh, like the whole audience is like, whoa. And he's gonna go beat the crap out of him. Gosh.
And the grandpa hat, he like takes the grandpa hat too.
Oh, that was so
Dan's going out.
Dan is, and he did. He got arrested. But yeah, I totally agree. This would never fly in the bar house, okay? Like,
No.
Or the Connor house, rather. It would never fly.
No,
Sorry,
they don't tolerate
Deej.
pedophilia. So yeah, I missed Roseanne really bad.
Ew.
So then she's at home and her phone's blowing up and her sister's like, can you put your phone on silent?
Yeah, she's like, I'm reading Harry Potter. Turn it on silent. You suck. She's like, oh my gosh, my whole life is falling apart, but sorry about that. And she even says, I'm sorry, and like puts it on silent. And he's just like, listen, he's like texting her, like, I'm unemployed now and under criminal investigation because you came by my car. Like, you broke the rules. So now you owe me. So like, you better come with me. And she's like, I can't leave my family. He's like, I love you, Beth. I'll kill myself. And I'm like, well, okay. But he's like, she's like, no, I can't. And he's just like, I'll either kill myself or I'll like hurt your family. And then she's like, okay,
right.
you really could.
She's like, these people I have to care about, I guess. No. Then, okay, this scene probably was the most realistic for me ever. Like, not ever, but in this movie.
The dinner.
So the dinner.
Scene? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know what they're eating. What are they eating? Something like from a crock pot. I don't know what.
Hamburger helper, like something like that. Like it's very like noodle-rific and creamy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's very like, noodle forward. And he's like, oh, I'm worried about the Corolla not making it to my job interview. And I was like, oh my gosh. Can anybody in this movie have like one nice thing? Like, can anybody have anything that's nice? No.
Yeah. No, because he's like, oh, I have a job interview for like a respiratory therapist. Because like he claimed that he was trained in that in like the armed forces. And he's like, but it's like an hour away. And I don't think my crappy Corolla is going to like make it. So like, can we trade cars? And like, she's friggin' silent. It doesn't say anything and just gets up and like throws the keys at him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that was her best acting. And she had no lines. So she should like stick to that. Like she should be like a mime or something because she kills it at that. But like
she hates him, but she gives him that car.
I mean, I think if my husband was fired because he was accused of pedophilia, I would be like, take a bus. Like you ain't getting nothing. He wouldn't even be in my house. Like I mean, maybe she believed him and was just like angry about everything and just was like, I know you didn't do it, but I'm mad that like we have to eat hamburger helper every night. Like I don't know what's going on in her brain because she was so blank. Yeah. But she's mad and she gives him the keys and he's like, all right, my plan's working, like, here we go.
So then we go back to the beginning where she's like, if I'm not home by 9, call the police.
Oh, yeah. She tells her terrible sister, Dawn. She's like, Dawn, if I'm not back by 9, call the police. And her sister's just like, what? Bye. Like nothing. Blank.
So then he says, I'm in Connie's Honda. The car talk, I just loved. I was like, this is where these people are at. This just sums it up. This is it.
It was beautiful.
So then he's like, trust me. And he has a gun. What?
Yeah. So she like comes out for like her break and like opens the door, and in the passenger seat is like she would have sat on a freaking revolver. And I was like, you were playing with fire. What if she didn't see it and just sat on it and blew off her butt? Like, I mean, honestly, like, what are you thinking? But obviously he's, trying to be intimidating. Like, don't cross me. Like, I will,
Right.
kill you or kill myself or both or whatever. You better get in this car. So she's just like, oh, dang, this is for real. Here we go. I'm praying that Dawn heard me.
Yeah.
And can call the police.
Yeah. And then, like, I guess Dawn decides to get off TikTok, and she's actually scared. Like, she's like, wait a minute, what happened in the 8 hours I've been on TikTok?
He's like, Doug the pug, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
This is 2017. So, yeah.
Yeah. So now it's like, now they're worried, and now the dad remembers he has kids, right?
He's like, what? Call the police. Yeah. Now he's like all up in arms and can miss his shift. So,
yeah.
And then they're like interviewing the wife. And again, I wrote, she's like dead behind the eyes. She's like, they're like, did you know that he had cleared your bank account? She's like, I don't think so. Well, someone get her like some sugar, like just anything. Just revive this lady. She's dying.
Revive her, please. Also, that police force, like, well, up until they bring in that investigator, the police force had like no energy, like at all, like none. Like they were like, we'll try.
Everyone there must have had carbon monoxide poisoning. Like just a tweak is like running through the town because everyone is like 2 seconds away from just passing out. Like, get some fiber, get a vitamin. Like, what is going on in this town?
So Tad took their savings. They've also been married 31 years.
Yeah,
I mean, you're married to someone for 31 years. You have no idea at all that maybe he's like a little bit of a weirdo. I don't know.
People can be so sneaky. Now, was he sneaky? No. If my husband was accused of pedophilia, I'd definitely be like, let me see your phone. And if he was like, no, I'd be like, we're done. Like, that's it. Because you just admitted to something you did. Like, I'm sorry. At that point, if you're accused of something like that, I, as your wife, am allowed to look through your phone. If anything, prove me wrong so I can defend you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I think if there's any pedophilia energy entering the room, it's time to go. Like, he needs to go.
Agreed.
So then they send in this investigator who is like ready to play. Like, he's like a bump of cocaine. He's like, let's get this going. I don't know what y'all are doing. We have to find her.
Trying to breathe regular oxygen. I have no idea.
He's gasping for breath. So then they're like throwing phones in the water.
Beth and Tad are throwing their phones. And then he's just like, change out the license plate. We're Bonnie and Clyde. Like, this is a fun adventure. Like, he's like living in a cartoon. What?
He's in a cartoon. And then this investigator's like, I mean, you guys wasted like a whole day. And, basically like, if it's 48 hours, we have one more day. So we've got to like get going.
Right.
So then they check into a motel and she does the classic, like, dyes her hair and wears glasses.
Which
kind
actually,
of like she's all that. It's like that.
Ooh. I love that movie so much. Like, I watched it 5 times this summer.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. And I was like, the glasses, I actually kind of liked them on her. I did. Too. I was like, those are kind of cute on you.
I agree.
Not that matters, but it was cute.
It's one good thing in her whole life.
So it's just they're running away and they're, he's thinking that they're going to be fine. But there is a sighting in Oklahoma. They go to a gas station the next day and he's like, stay in the car, don't get out. I mean, she's wearing like a hoodie and like sunglasses.
And he doesn't have a beard anymore.
Oh, yeah, and that is what everyone was like, whoa, he looks so different. I'm like, it wasn't even a beard. It was a goatee. It was a scruffy goatee. So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess you don't look at him often, but fine, sure. So like, they're like, oh, it's him. And so they know that they're going west is what they say. So they start like out there and she's also wearing like heavy eyeliner at this point. like super duper like emo 2013 era eyeliner.
Yeah.
But I looked at pictures of her, and that was kind of like her MO. Like she was like a pretty heavy eyeliner wearer.
Yeah, like an Avril Lavigne
Yes.
type.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh,
So, like-
before they go to the ranch, oh my gosh, the boat. The boat. I
Oh my
love
gosh.
the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, first he's like, because they see the news at that awful hotel.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh. And he's like, you doing that to those license plates and swapping them, that was a crime, which is like, you know.
Right. So if you get
making
caught,
her-
you're
Right.
going to go away to jail. So now you're like
Right.
really in it. And she's like, what? It is? And I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you didn't know that swapping someone's license plate. Anyways, he's just trying to make her scared.
Right. I mean,
And-
jail would sound good to me at that point. I'd be like, I did it. I swapped these license plates and a bunch of others.
Maybe they have more gluten-free options in jail. Like,
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. Depends on where you are, I guess. But
Yeah.
so like it's like kind of wintry looking and like really cold out, and like there's like squalls, like it's like the ocean is like raging.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, let's get in the water. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are they in a she's like, this must have cost a lot, Tad. And he
Yeah.
did. He spent like $1,500 on this like kayak. I didn't even know kayaks were like that expensive. So he's like, come on, we're gonna paddle to Mexico. And she's like, I've never been in a canoe. And he's like, a canoe? Stupid. This is a kayak. And she's like, oh, like that
It's like
matters.
snowing. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm stupid, Tad.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm the dumb one.
wait, so they drove from Tennessee to California, right?
Yeah.
And then I
They
mean,
tried to get to the Mexican border.
that's insanely far to drive and not get caught. I mean, that's
Yes.
a long journey.
Yes. And then
Wow.
they spent all this money getting a kayak. And he's like, we're gonna freaking like, what?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like he's losing his mind. He's
Right.
desperate.
Like you would die. You would
Yeah,
die.
you would. She's like, I don't even know how to paddle. He's like, just listen to what I say. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And
Right,
like,
right.
then this guy who's probably like Coast Guard or something, he's like, whoa, 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 what are you guys doing? And he's like, oh, me and my daughter are just gonna, get out in the water today. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Like, there's freaking 50-foot waves.
He's like, I'm building a snowman. Like, you can't get in the water.
And Tasha's like, okay, well, we're going anyways. Get out of our way. And he's like, nobody. Like, I can't. That's my job. Like, you cannot be on the water. And Tad's like reaching for his gun. And Beth's like, Tad, no. Like, are you going to shoot him? And I'm like, shoot me. This is so terrible. Like,
Yeah. It's so
gosh.
bad.
Thankfully,
It's so bad.
he doesn't murder the Coast Guard. But now he's like, we got to get out of here because that guy's going to know who we are and we're on the news. And like, where did they ditch the kayak? Did they take it with them?
I don't think they took it with them. I think they just probably dumped it.
Somebody got a good present that day. Could you imagine being like, I just found a $1,500 kayak? Like, that'd be awesome.
No, but that would be awesome.
Who owns that kayak now? That's my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I want to know. Right in. So
Please.
then, yeah, they pull up to this place and this like overly friendly guy is like,
Like creepy friendly.
yeah, he's like, well, I'll pay for your permits to like sleep here and like, here's some cash. And, like, I can show you the way to this like commune or whatever, but they're weirdos. So
They're weirdos. Okay.
right. So Tad's paranoid and like wants to get rid of the guy, and then I'm sure Beth is like, how do I get double abducted to get away from Tad? Who can I find?
Yeah.
Abduct me.
Her outlook in life is bleak. Like, it's like, go
Yeah.
with this like guy that's like ready to like, I don't even know, like make friendship bracelets with me. And he's super, like, he was very friendly, but like, you also could tell, like, he kept looking at them like, something's amiss. What's
Right.
going on? But he doesn't know enough. And
Right.
then like, Beth keeps Tad from like murdering that guy because Tad's like, he's seen us too many times. Like, I gotta kill
Right.
him. And she's like, no, Tad, you're scaring me. And he's just like, okay, I won't do it, which was thank the Lord. But they like
Yeah.
my favorite character in this entire film was the commune owner. He was the best. They like get
He was
there.
great.
Oh my gosh, his anger. Like, it was so great. Like, they get there and they're just like, he's like, this Tad's like, yeah, it's me and my wife. They don't question anything. Like, they're like,
No.
that's totally normal, which tells you what kind of commune this is. And
Yeah.
they're like, that's fine, but like, you work to live here. Like, we all, it's like, you know, we all pitch in, we all do
Right.
stuff. And then you can like live out here off the land.
Right.
And like, 1 week in, the guy is like, get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
you don't do anything. You sleep all day.
Yep.
You do nothing.
Right. He's like, you eat everything. It's like the honeymoon is over with this.
We have to eat a lot. You guys are vegans.
Yeah. He's like, I always put the subtitles on because I miss things. He's like, we have to eat a lot. There's no meat here. Vegetables are a side dish, not the main course. Like, amazing. Amazing. And then, yeah.
There was so much like food talk in this film. Like, now that I think
I'm
about it.
telling you, this writer is hungry.
Frank and Crystal Hot Sauce. We
Yeah.
got gluten-free options going out the
Yep.
window. We've got veganism. Like, what's left?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
what is left?
something was going on. Something was going on. And so then this woman's like outside, like, I don't know, hanging sheets for like the 60th time that month, I'm sure.
Yes.
And, you know, she's like, you don't have to get hit for all the joy to be sucked out of your life. And it's like, yeah, that's messed up, but also probably good advice for Beth because nobody gives her advice. Like, there's nobody. There's just like nobody around ever.
Yeah. Because she like, Beth's just like, did you get away? Because,
Yeah.
you know, she like, and she's just like, yeah. Like, I'm not going to stay with someone abusive. Again, though, like, this is a child. Like, it's just
Right.
everybody, like, wake up. But,
Right.
so she's just like, okay. He's like, well, what are we going to do now? I actually read in the People article that for a while they, like, lived off the land. Like, they ate wildflowers and stuff to, like,
Really?
survive. Yeah. It was way more like, because they lived at that abandoned cabin for a bit of time. Like, it wasn't one night, like in the movie, and they would
Wow.
eat like wildflowers to survive. And I was like, that's kind of amazing because like they had no running water, no electricity. So like, yeah, I mean, they were
Yeah.
really living off the land.
Had he used, you know, his powers for good, that would have been amazing. It's
Yeah,
like
it
one of
would've
those
been good.
people where, again, you're like, why did they do this when they could have done so much more?
Right, with their life. Like,
Yeah.
So, because in the movie, they go to this, like, so they go back, and the
Yeah.
really, like, sweet, like, camp owner ground guy is like,
Right.
he's just like, dude, like, Tad's like, we got, like, the commune, you're right, they were freaks, so we left, and, like, we really don't have any money. Is there any place we can stay? And the nice guy is like, I don't know, I could lose my job, but there is this like gross abandoned cabin like down the way, and like you could probably stay there for a while, you know, until like you figure things out. And he's just like, great.
Right.
So they
He's
go.
like, by cabin, I mean shed.
Yeah, it is. It's like a shed. There's like a dirty mattress in it, and like you just get the vibes that like this is where people go to die or like kill somebody. Like, it's just very, very gross. And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm getting bit by bugs, and I'm like, girl, that's the least of your problems. And then he's just like, okay, it's time to have sex. And she's like, Tad, please, like, not tonight. Like, could you just, you know? And he's like, no, you're going to. Like, this, we're meant for each other. This is how we love each other. We've been waiting to be alone all this time. Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna be together. And so,
You
obviously,
could hear that mattress. You could hear it. Like, you could hear the flies on that mattress. It was like so horrid.
it was
So
horrid.
horrid.
It was so horrid.
Yeah. A dirty bed is always going to get me more than anything else. So she's like, I really want to go back to Tennessee, you know, and he's like,
Yeah.
you better fix your attitude while I get breakfast because we have to talk about food again. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
finally, the campground owner put two and two together, called the cops, and was like, I think I've got your people. The FBI, he goes out of the cabin, Tad goes out of the cabin, unbeknownst that there's FBI all waiting around in the trees. and they're like, put your hands up, like, we got our guy.
Right.
And Elizabeth is watching this from the window of the cabin, and she's just like, what is going on? And so
Right.
finally they're like, you need to come out with your hands up, which for me, this was so sad. But I mean, they had to do this because they don't know if she's armed. They don't know if she's going to
Right.
try to like kill them. You know what I mean? Like, she's
Yeah.
traumatized, but she had to get like her, handcuffed and everything like that. And I was like, just so much more to the trauma. I get why they did it. It was for
Yeah.
safety of everyone. That's fine. It was just sad to like, because she's terrified. And then that's like the only moment I felt like where Tad looked on. I couldn't tell. Was it sadness that he had been caught? Was it sadness that he had put her through this? But like, he had this look of like he watched her get arrested after he was arrested. And he was just like, oh, that's sad. Like, I don't know. It was just for acting purposes. I thought that his facial expression was very good. Like, I was like, good job, Deej. Good for you.
Deej, bringing it home. No, I agree. I thought that was very good. And it is sad. And through this whole thing, you're like, can someone just like give her a hug? Like, can someone just give her a hug without wanting something back?
Oh my gosh. They don't really hug her when she comes home. Like, she runs home, they bring her home, and they like surround her. And then they just plop her ass down on the couch and they're like, bye. Like, everybody gets up and leaves. And she's just sitting there in shock. And I'm not saying that's how it really went down, because in the interview, the family was like, it was very hard. Like, one moment she'd be laughing, the next moment she'd be in a fetal position crying. Like, it was a lot of up and downs. And the one thing her family, which kudos to them, they said in the interview, they were like, we immediately sought out the best therapists in the country and had them come to her and help her, because we knew this was way outside of our like knowledge of how to help her. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. Yes, thank you. They don't show that in the film, which I'm like, I mean, they show the brother stepping up, which we, is like the next scene where like he goes to like the library and like gets a book. Again, was this a promo? Like, they keep bringing up Unleash Your Inner Lion. Like, is that an actual book? Did the guy that wrote the script write that? Like, what? What was that about? So, you know what I mean?
Well, I think, and it's actually made me curious. I mean, when these movies are so recent, and they depict family members or friends as not being great, it's like, how do the family members in real life feel? It's not like it's like 40 or 50 years later,
Yeah.
Because I mean, when she got home, it was like, of course the media was like, everywhere. But it's like the dad was basically like, I had to take off work. Like, it was not like.
Exactly.
And so, it was just sad. So her brother, is like, please read this book. And then like, they do show the therapist, but they don't show that the family, put in effort,
which I was
to
like,
get that therapist.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice thing to read, that like her real family was like very supportive of her recovery and her healing. But the brother goes to the library and like rents all these like self-help books and then comes home and he's like pissed. He's like, you guys are because the media's all over their front lawn. He's like, this is trespassing. Get the F out of here. Get out of here. And finally you're like, okay, great. Someone's like standing up for her, or, we could get you help. And she's like a shrink. And I'm like, I haven't heard that word in a long time, but and he's like, well, yeah, because like, this is beyond, like, your experience is way beyond what we can, help you with. And so she does, and they start like you see her in therapy and she's talking and she's like, Beth is just like, the really weird thing is that part of me, I still miss talking to him and having someone listen to me. And the therapist is like, but that's what grooming is. Like, you gain your victim's trust and then they gradually get you out of your comfort zone, and that's like how it works. And I was like, that was a good explanation of that. I liked that. That was a good part of the movie. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I did too. So then, what is this? Hang on. Months later, he's leaving work. Or no, she's leaving work. Okay, wait. All this extra
time. She's now living with her brother. Like, she decides that She needs to kind of get out of that house. And that
Yeah.
is true. She does go live like the actual real life. She went and lived with her older brother.
Right.
And she's having like, she mentions that she's like, I should get a part-time job because I'm not going to school right now.
Right. It's like, how
And her
about you learn now? Right.
And that's basically like what her brother like says. He's like, you
Right.
should go back to school versus like work because I'll take care of it. But she's like, no, I just want to feel normal. And like getting a job right now would feel like normal. I can't go back to school yet. And like I'm in therapy like 5 days a week. So it's kind of
Right.
hard for me to like do other things. So he's like, okay, that's fine. So she gets a job at like a donut place, which I was like, I wish I had a donut place like that in my town. It looked
I
kind of
know.
fun. It was
They
like
are
a
kind of like,
diner.
there's a few, but I feel like, yeah, they're just like, remember Amy Joy? That was like
Oh
so
my
amazing.
gosh. We had two Amy Joy. Yeah, Amy Joy. And like, I just think about all the diners we used to have, like
Hmm.
24-hour and stuff. I know my mom would always be like, I hate 24 hours. When do they clean? But I loved it. Like, it was so fun. Like,
I
I
know.
don't know. It's just,
I
I don't
know.
know. I wish those would come back, but maybe they are gross. Who knows? Um,
I'm there
um,
for it. I'm just there for it.
I know. I just really liked it. But so she like goes to like this job and like her boss is pretty cool because she's just like, you
Hmm.
know, um, I know what you went through and stuff like that, but like,
Right.
you know, you're fine by me. Because there's a lot of people in town. Like when she opens the door to go in,
Yeah.
this lady, like total Karen
Oh my
type, comes out with her
gosh.
daughter, who her daughter was a good actress because she looked
Yeah.
bewildered. She's holding like an 18 count of donuts, which you know the mom's gonna go house. And she's
Right.
just like, oh, look who it is. The little slut. The little, Tad was a good man and married for 31 years, and you're the slut that broke him up.
Well,
And
first she's
just
like, she mutters daddy's little girl.
oh yeah.
And Beth is like, what? And then she
Yeah.
like, and I was like, oh my God, like, you have a daughter? What are you doing? Like,
Yes.
stop.
Well, her daughter looks so bewildered. Like this
Right.
lady's daughter who's like holding all the donuts. She's just like, dude, I want to go. But she's
Yeah.
just like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like he preyed on me. And she's just like, you ruined a family. Tad was a family man and a good part of this community. And I was talking about this with my mom and I'm like, what is it? Okay. About the fact that like in these situations, a lot of times the young girl is blamed as the one who like asked for it. But if you switch the role and it was like that one story of that one female teacher who like just recently passed away and she like
Yeah. Oh,
had relations.
Mary Kay.
Yeah, Mary Kay with her, Now, granted, should she have done that? Absolutely not. She should not have preyed upon that boy ever. But my point is that then people blamed her, which they should have. She was the one doing something wrong. But like, they never looked at the boy as like, oh, he was asking for it. Oh, he
Well,
was like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's really, really deep rooted in some really fundamental, messed up ideas. I think it's the whole like Jezebel Lolita idea
Yeah.
about a temptress and, a young girl like seducing an older man. And I think it, ties into like a lot of patriarchal ideas as well.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, these days when I do hear like he's a family man, I'm like, yikes. Like, like just like it's so horrible, but it's just like the connotation. I'm just like, that is a flag to me because that means
Yeah.
that there's something hidden. And I, think that it's very common in a lot of areas to pretty much always blame the woman for everything, even if it's a girl. So I think that that's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah, I just thought it was very interesting that like in these situations where the girl is the prey, it's her fault. And then if
Right.
you flip the story, the teacher, if she's a female, she's in the wrong. No, she was in the wrong. Like I'm not saying a teacher should ever prey on a student.
No,
they're in the
of course
wrong.
not.
But it's just like no one ever looked at the boy and been like, well, you must have been seducing her. Like you ruined this woman's family. Like nobody
Right.
said those words to him. Everybody was just like, you got preyed on. Oh my gosh. Or they're like, you're the man. You know what I mean? Like you got with an older teacher.
Right.
It's just
Right.
like so messed up that is like how society views things. And people still to this day, she
Yeah.
still lives in her town and people still like mock her and
Yeah.
are just like, you destroyed a family. And she's
Right.
just like, I've gotten to the point where I walk by and I don't care because I know that I'm not wrong. And I was like,
Right.
good for you. Like, she's so strong.
I'm like, can I buy you a house somewhere else? Like, seriously. My gosh. Like,
I
yeah.
think she's just kind of sticking it to him. It's like, I was here. Like, I didn't cause this. He caused this, and
No,
I'm not leaving.
absolutely.
But I agree with you. I don't know if I would be like that. I mean, if that's what makes you feel over it and healed, that's awesome. But I feel like I would be like, let's get the H out of here.
Well, I guess I'm saying I would be like, let's get the H out of here before any of this even happened. So to me,
True.
I'm like, I don't think she should be chased out, but it's like, I'd probably
Yeah.
want to go.
Yes,
no
it
matter
would be
what.
traumatic. I agree with you. It might be too trauma inducing. I agree.
So yeah. So basically it's like, yeah, there's message boards that are just like full of comments about her.
Yeah.
And
Negative comments.
right. So everyone really cares about Tad and Connie. And so then it's like the court case, is going to happen. And Tad's pleading guilty. And the lawyer is basically like, everybody still really likes him. So you should, probably write a statement. And so she goes back to the church, and I thought the lady in the choir was like so nice, like the only one that like really believes her.
Yeah, she was. She was just like, he had us all fooled, honey. Like, come. She really wants to join the choir.
Yeah.
And you can see like the people in the choir kind of looking at her like, oh,
Right.
Taddy's girl, But the
Right.
choir director was like, no, he prayed on you. Like, come
Yeah.
join us. He
Yeah.
fooled us all. And I was like, finally, somebody who's
Yeah.
like normal and like supportive. Thank you.
Right.
Good
She's like, I'll be
grief.
your like 65-year-old girlfriend, like you need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So then she's working the drive-through, right? And Rachel
Yeah.
comes and she's like, someone hired you? And she calls her a donut slinging whore.
Yikes.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So Beth throws a drink at her. And
Kind of
Yeah.
rightfully so. I mean,
of course. I mean, that's so terrible. And, it is kind of the first time Beth does have an outburst, actually, in the whole movie.
yes. Yes. I think that that's like the biggest thing that I took away from this is that with a little bit of like guidance and support, she's remarkable. I mean, she's like super strong. Like her victim impact statement was so eloquently written and just it did not sound like a grieving 17-year-old, because he goes on trial 2 years later,
Right.
a grieving 17-year-old girl. Like, she says very powerful things.
Yeah.
And says it very well. And even in her interviews, because she actually got married like super young. I think she was like 18 or 19 and had a child. And she is so like protective of that child, and just, I don't know. She just really, it just goes to show you, if you put a little effort in, like,
Yeah.
what a difference it makes. I mean, my
Right.
gosh.
Well, I was like, how does she have a laptop to write anything on? And then I'm like, oh, I guess she has a job. So that's probably how.
Yeah.
And then, there were a few times in the movie where she sees is it like Mr. Cummings' ego outside of his body?
Oh, yeah. During the trial, I
Yeah.
couldn't place it. That's really good. I kind of looked at like the ghost of like who he was to her, but yeah, you're right. Like his ego, because she's like sitting there and looking at him, trying to talk through her statement, which obviously was extremely difficult for her to
Yeah.
say. And she can just see like, because at that point he's got like not even like a goatee. It's like Billy Goat's gruff. Like, it's
Yes.
like super long and scruffy, but like black and white. And then the rest of his face is like shaved. Like, he just looks like a Unabomber. And she's just like talking, and she sees like behind him the shadow of like who he looked like as her teacher, with like more
Right.
clean shaven and stuff. And he's just like, what are you doing up there? Like, he's saying
Yeah.
things like mocking her. Like, you're not strong enough. You can't do this.
He's like a ghost heckler. Like,
yeah, it's like yeah. And so finally, like, she kind of like, she had to stop saying it, and her like attorney was reading her victim statement for her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, that's it. And she's like, wait a second, stop. Like, I'm going to finish this.
Right.
And she like goes up there and is like, you know, like, you have no idea like the damage you've done to me and still continue to do to me. Like, I think, Judge, that he should not receive, I think he was up for like 20 years. She's like, not 20 years, but 38 years, 1 year for every day that he held me captive.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah. That was great.
Yep.
Then did you see that like grand courthouse? I mean, I was like, oh, that's where all the money goes in this town. It was like a marble palace. I was like, where are we?
I feel like in those small towns, though, that is where the money goes. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like those, like, real, like, I'm not going to get into it.
A
but
time
you
to
know
kill.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, okay. Let's not invest in, like, I don't know, like,
The
helping
school.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the school. Like, let's just, like, make sure everyone goes to jail. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, that was palatial. And yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, she did get married and people are still rude to her in town. But she's done quite a bit of work to get through, you know, this.
Yeah.
And to have,
And he got 20 years.
he only got 20 years.
He got 20 years. Yeah.
Oh,
That was it.
I thought it
think
was
that was
more.
I don't even know how old he'll be, but not that old. I mean, he'll be old, but not like he could still be alive, is my point.
Right.
It's not like he's going to rot there.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know
assuming
why.
the reason why is because he didn't like kill her or, that's the only reason why I can think he didn't get like life was because he didn't kill her.
Well, yeah. And there probably wasn't evidence of rape because what would there be? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, like, right. Yeah.
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
It wasn't very much. I didn't think that was, I agreed with her statement 38 years for every day that he took her away from
Yeah.
her family. Like, I was like, yeah, that seems very fair to me. And then he would be like, you know, close to 90 when he got out. Well,
Right.
he could die in prison. Oh, well. But, because he didn't really seem like remorseful, at least not in the
No.
movie.
No.
And I feel like they would have included like a sorry statement. Like, you know how people do that and they're like apologize. Like it wasn't
Right.
ever in there. So I have no idea. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Well, it looks like his wife is still married to him.
Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No way. Connie.
I mean, it's the
Connie
internet, so who
Cummings.
knows? But yeah, it looks like they're still married. Then when I was digging in, did you read this? It was like, now she is supporting that older brother because he was accused of rape.
Wait. Beth is?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that
Yeah, like
sucks.
her older brother, he was like accused of rape. Like he was working, I think, at like a corrections facility, and an inmate accused him of that. So when I say, you know, Beth should move away, that's really what I'm thinking.
I mean,
it's yeah.
yeah.
It's just a lot.
It
It's
is a
just a
lot.
lot.
I mean, it's just like, can we just stop? Can
I
we
know.
just stop?
I know.
in Beth's life. Like, I didn't really. What's her brother's name?
Yeah, it was like on the news, and he was in his place of work, and so he was working with inmates, and he was accused of like raping one.
Oh gosh,
I know.
that's terrible.
And apparently
Yeah.
he only got 15 months.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's just a lot of like hurt in that family and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't like a good brother to her and then did some awful things. Like,
Right.
I don't know, you know, the story of everyone. I just hope everyone in that family can receive help and hope.
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, just be a good family unit because they're still all very young.
Yeah. I mean, this is very recent and it just happened. And I
Yeah.
mean, obviously she's like done amazing things to try to,
Yeah.
you know, make the most of her life, which is
Yes.
great.
Yes. And I think that this film was really important because I think that people, even though you hear the term grooming, you don't always know what that means.
Right.
And I think they explained it very well in this film. So I think it would be very important and something good to show, honestly, like a health class, because it would be like,
Yeah.
look out for this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Men and women, boys and girls, look out for this because you want to be aware of, people's intentions. And
Right.
if something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't.
Well, and that's the thing too. I mean, obviously donating is amazing and giving is amazing, but it's like if you have time to ever volunteer to help people, I mean, people really just do want to be heard and seen.
Yeah, like a
That's
Boys
like
and
all
Girls
they-
Club
Yeah,
of
that's
America
all they
or something like
want.
that.
That's all they want.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I applaud Elizabeth. I think she's brave. I think she spoke very eloquently at her victim statement, and I'm glad that she found love and, has a child that she loves and was able to move forward with her life. And I think that that is really what is to be focused on and, celebrated. So good for her. And I hope that Tad Cummings, repents and changes his ways and can become any sort of benefit to society when he leaves. I don't know what else to say about that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would say this was a solid film for sure. And
I do too. I thought it was good. Yeah.
So as always, if you have any recommendations, please send them in. We really appreciate all the shares and comments. And
yeah.
we are available in all of the usual places. So please check us out and feel free to share on with your friends. And until next time, stay happy and safe.
Bye.
Bye.